This is a training video for all entries of the entities in the Reupload Park. This is a private video only made for monster hunters. Do not publish it to the public. The most common monster to see is the train. The train is a spider with a train shell defending it from harm. If you encounter it, you have to shoot it. If you shoot it multiple times, it should run back to its nest, recovering from the gunshots. The biggest of them all is the puppet. The puppet is a slender, 18 feet or 5.4 meters tall entity that is covered in thick, bright blue fur. If you encounter it, you just need to run, that's all. The puppet runs out of breath after a while, but it can run again after some time, so we suggest that you hide if he's out of breath. The next one on the list is the Seeker. The Seeker is a demon, but shaped like a human, that is covered in black slime or goo. The goo is very acidic. If you encounter him, you need to run up the mountains as quickly as possible. It doesn't seem to like the moon in the sky. The most deadly of them all is the Oven. The Oven is a robot that is built like a hedgehog that has an oven engine. It is the only entity that can fly. If you get seen by it, you are dead, so if you see or hear something nearby that aren't your coworkers, hide under the trees or any building and don't stay up the mountains. Also turn off your flashlight. It might hear bad, but his visor is like an eye of an eagle. Your turn.
Yep. The rarest to see is the Deleter. The Deleter is a demon child with a green-yellow one-striped pullover. It always carries a knife with them. If you hear it talking, go back to it and listen or you get killed by it with its deadly lights flashes. It will ask you a question. Say yes and you will be spared. Say no, there is no chance of escaping. The only monster that makes no sound is the Flame. It is a flying black flame with arms and a body. 2 white pupils are on the head. The flames of it are actually cold. If you encounter it, look away immediately. If no one is looking at the entity, its flames should go out and it disappears. It also doesn't go near water. The most complex one is the Rabies Blue. The Rabies Blue is walking on all fours, just like a hedgehog. Why are there so many hedgehogs? It is called Rabies Blue because it is blue on the head and back. It also carries rabies, so one bite is very dangerous. If you encounter it, show him who's the stronger entity by simply doing a loud noise, like a gunshot or scream right at it. But if you do, other entities will follow the location of the noise and is coming rapidly, so run away from the location of the noise. The next entity is the Lantern. The Lantern is a walking cat that wears a hoodie with a hood in mostly with a lantern that switches between the colors red, white and blue. Those colors has meanings but we don't know what. Some theorize it's about the situation of their prey. If you see it far away, hide and turn off your flashlight. It switches to white if it sees you far away, so check first before hiding. If it's near you, while hiding, and he doesn't see you, he changes back to blue and continues a walk. If he sees you, it changes to red. If he does that, turn on your flashlight and shine the light at the lantern. It will burn off its lantern light a bit, which brings him pain, but he runs away. Hey Charlie.
Hey Rick. The most humanic entity is the Smiler. The Smiler is built like a normal human, but has an informed head that wears a black hood and a Oni mask. It always carries a knife with it. If you encounter it, you are not allowed to make any noises, but you are allowed to move. Because he is blind, but he can hear any whisper from a distance of 30 meters. The creepiest of them all is the Stalker. The Stalker is a 12 feet tall and a very slender figure. It's almost completely black, except its pupils and their teeth. If you see it, stare back and look directly at its face. It hates eye contact. The reason is unknown to us, because we don't see it much often. The hardest entity is the Blood Moon. The Blood Moon is a human-like entity that is covered in a mix between blood and stardust. If it walks around, it turns into a black puddle where flying black stripes are coming out. If it's near you, it will show its true self, but you are not allowed to look at it. But if it's showing itself, you have to shoot it, so trust your instincts and shoot it. But if you look more than 3 seconds, your eyes will get turned into blood, which is very deadly. The last one is the Marionette. The Marionette is a white mannequin with a black smile drawn on the head. It has a music box inside that plays unsettling music. If you encounter it, act like a mannequin. So stay silent and don't move, but only if it plays the music. If it doesn't play music, you are allowed to move, because it acts like a mannequin now. It's like red light, green light. This is the end of the explanation of all entities in the Logical Park of Elodicola. Good luck with your hunt and don't hurt yourself or get eaten.